What's the definition of beauty?
Me. In the dictionary, you see my face there? Beauty, my face.
This is Hafsatsurajo, popularly known as Chuchu. This 24-year-old housewife stabbed her business partner, Nafiu Hafiz, to death in their living room because he stopped her from committing suicide, or so she claims. The event that unfolds in this case is a chilling blend of betrayal and manipulation, leaving a trail of blood and unanswered questions in their wake. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today we are heading to Kano State in Nigeria to dive into the mysterious and, shall I say, very confusing case of Nafiu Hafiz. This ugly incident occurred at Unguwan Uku Quarters, Tarauni local government area of Kano State. As investigators peel back the layers of deception in this case, they uncover a maze of motivations and secrets. Was it jealousy that drove Hafsat to murder, as some suggest, or was it the peak of a sordid affair hidden behind a facade of business partnership? The truth remains elusive, obscured by conflicting accounts and uncertain loyalty. 38-year-old Nafiu leaves behind his roots in Bauchi to chase dreams of a better life in Kano. There, he meets with Dayabu's family, basically running the show for them, business deals day in and day out. Fast forward a bit, and Nafiu's hustling pays off big time. But here's where things get interesting. He links up with Hafsat, Dayabu's wife, and they become business partners, branching out into selling beautiful abayas and exotic perfumes. Now Hafsat, she's not just your average Jew. She has this whole social media influencer gig going on, racking up followers left, right and center on TikTok and Instagram with her picture-perfect family and successful entrepreneurial vibes. Her followers admired her lifestyle and her beauty. She was a role model to many women out there who hope to have it all: beauty, love and success. But behind the scenes, behind those beautiful pictures and beautiful smiles we see, is a whole different story. On the morning of 21st December 2023, around 11 a.m., the whole shebang goes off the trails, once again proving that what you see on social media isn't all that rosy. Hafsat, feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders, grabs a knife with some pretty dark intentions to end it all. Was it depression, or was she just seeking validation? Nafiu, who was recovering from surgery, was lying on the sofa in their living room when he saw what she was trying to do and jumped in to stop her. But this turns into a messy brawl, leaving both of them banged up and Hafsa bleeding from a cut to her hands. Now, this is where this story doesn't add up for me. If you wanted to commit suicide, why not just grab the knife, go to your room, lock it up and do the deed? Why do it when someone was present and would clearly stop you? So this just proves that something must have happened. Maybe an exchange or a disagreement between them that led her to actually pick up said knife. Anyways, Nafiu successfully collected the knife from Hafsat and told her to go upstairs and get cleaned up. According to Hafsat in her confession, she finished cleaning herself up, changed her clothes and came downstairs. She saw Nafiu sleeping on the sofa with the knife on the stool beside him, and her rage boils over again. She grabs the knife and begins stabbing him all over his body, leaving him staggering to the balcony for safety. Meanwhile, she slips away to the pharmacy to treat her wound, leaving a trail of confusion in her wake. Sometime later, Hafsat called her husband and told him what she had done, and this set off a chain of events that bordered on surreal. Imagine this: blood stains splattered on the walls, floors and furniture, a lifeless body sprawled on the floor of the balcony. That was the scene that met Dayabu when he came back home. A scene straight out of a horror movie. Yet, instead of alerting the authorities, her husband's actions veered into murky territory. By the time the clock struck 5:30 p.m., Dayabu was on the phone with Malan Adamu, his supposed confidant, spinning a tale of Nafiu's untimely demise. But truth be told, it wasn't until Malan Adamu arrived that the gravity of the situation truly sank in. With Hafsat's threat looming over their heads, the trio embarked on a macabre mission to conceal the truth shrouding Nafiu's body in secrecy. Around 10 p.m., Dayabu made a call to Nafiu's dad in Bauchi, Alhaji Hafiz Salisu, and told him his son has died as a result of the surgery he had. The father was confused considering he came to visit his son just a few days ago after the surgery and he was healing perfectly fine. In fact, he even got discharged from the hospital. He found it strange that his son would just die. It didn't make any sense to him. Fast forward to midnight, Nafiu's father embarked on a 4-hour somber journey from Bauchi to Kano. He arrives to a chilling sight, the lifeless form of his son wrapped and waiting for burial in the family living room. Amidst tears and lamentations, the harsh reality sets in. As the mourners prepared to lay Nafiu to rest, a chilling revelation shook them to the core. Despite the customary white shroud enveloping his form, fresh blood seeped through the fabric. It was as if reality had pierced the veil of grief, exposing the sinister truth beneath. In a moment of clarity, Nafiu's father refused to turn a blind eye to the unsettling sight before him. With unwavering resolve, he demanded to see his son's body unveiled, sensing that something was not right. And as the shroud fell away, revealing the signs of violence on Nafiu's flesh, the father's worst fears were realized. Each stab wound bore silent testimony to a heinous crime done with callous intent. It was a stark reality of the fragility of life and the depth of human depravity. As those entrusted with Nafiu, people that were like family sought to bury the truth along with his body. Yet, in that moment of reckoning, justice demanded to be heard. Immediately, the father informed the police that the Yobu called him to come and convey the corpse of his son for burial, and upon arrival, he noticed stab wounds on his son's body. The police led a team of detectives to the scene to conduct a preliminary investigation. They stated that when they arrived at the residence at Ungwon Uku Quarters, Kano, they discovered several injuries on different parts of the deceased, suspected to be stab wounds. Upon arrival at this crime scene, the body was removed and taken to Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, where a medical doctor certified him dead. Further investigations obtained a confession by Hafsat, who admitted Nafiu was like a big brother to her, and that she single-handedly committed the act by stabbing the deceased on several parts of his body with a knife while he was preventing her from committing suicide. Her husband, Dayebu Abdullahi, and Malan Adamu were also arrested for packaging and concealing the dead body. Meanwhile, the murder weapon was recovered with bloodstain from the scene. After preliminary investigations by the police, Hafsat was charged with the offenses of attempt to commit suicide and culpable homicide, punishable by death, while her husband Dayebu and Malam Adamu are being charged with offenses of criminal conspiracy, concealment, and giving false information. While all the suspects have given their confessions to the police on each person's level of involvement in the crimes, they have been charged before the Chief Magistrate Court. Amidst the turmoil, the aftermath of Nafiu's tragic death has left a trail of unanswered questions in its wake. While the police initially pegged Nafiu as a mere domestic help and a driver to Chuchu's husband, the truth paints a more intricate picture. Chuchu herself confessed to their business partnership, contradicting the authorities' assumptions. Chuchu's followers on social media platforms believe there was a deeper connection between her and Nafiu, hinting at a possible intimate relationship hidden beneath the professional facade. Neighbors whisper rumors of clandestine affairs, blurring the lines between business and pleasure, with some suggesting jealousy as a motive, citing Nafiu's impending marriage to another woman from his hometown as a trigger for Chuchu's alleged crime. The community, who were once oblivious to the dynamics within Chuchu's household, now struggle with the revelation of hidden truth. Amidst their shock, testimonies emerge painting Nafiu as a gentle soul who often played with the neighborhood children. Yet, despite the swirling rumors and allegations, Chuchu's mother offers a different perspective, attributing her daughter's actions to a supposed psychiatric condition, stating that she even has a record in the Kano State Psychiatric Hospital. She claims the relationship between her daughter and Nafiu was simply business and nothing more. On the other hand, Nafiu's father vehemently disputes these claims, pointing fingers at Chuchu's husband, Dayebu Abdullahi, as the possible mastermind behind the tragedy. His claims stem from the fact that his son confided in him before his death about Dayebu owing him some money, which he hasn't paid for a long time. However, amidst all this chaos, a startling revelation surfaces when a close friend of Chuchu's takes to her TikTok to allege a darker truth, hinting at an illicit love triangle involving all three individuals. This story is like peeling an onion, layers upon layers of drama and deception. It captures a tangled web of relationships, personal struggles, business partnerships, and deceit that led to the untimely demise of Nafiu Hafiz. Amidst the chaos, one thing becomes clear: the need for justice. From the grieving father of the victim to the cries of a shattered community, there is a collective demand for accountability. Yet, even as the wheels of justice begin to turn, doubts linger. Was Hafsat's alleged mental illness a contributing factor or a convenient excuse? In the end, as Nafiu is laid to rest according to Islamic tradition, his soul finds peace. But for those left behind, the search for the truth and closure continues, a reminder of the fragility of human relationships and the darkness that lurks beneath the surface. So that's it, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this rather mysterious case. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.